Hello, everyone, and welcome to your channel of Math and Engineering Made Easy. In today's session, it's really a funny one. I was going to tell you a joke, something weird that happened to me. Uh, I was claiming that we should consider 81, the number 81, to be the mother of all numbers. Hmm, interesting, right? So where did I get this idea? Well, I thought that 81 looks like a big jar that if you flip it over and shake it, it drops out all the numbers of the word, all numbers starting from zero and theoretically going up to infinity and then back to zero. So when I was telling this joke or this story, most numbers, looked at me, this guy's crazy or something. But infinity came back, excuse me, and told me, "What are you talking about? Nobody goes to infinity and come back." I said, "Yeah, I can show you." So it told me, "No." And then it stood up for me. When the infinity stood up for me, it became an eight. And it said, "No, I still vehemently disagree with you." And I say, "Let's try it." She said, "No, I'm not going to participate." I said, "What do you mean you're not going to participate?" It said, "I'm not going to participate." So I got my calculator and I said, "Okay, here is the 81. I'm going to flip it over, take its in like the reciprocal, shake it, shake it. Dish. Oh my God. You see, 0.01234567. Where's the 8? And then 9. And then if you keep doing it, these numbers repeat forever. Hmm. So what's happening here? Let me show you something interesting first in math, and then you will get the gist of it. We can say, what's one time, or let's put it, what's zero point 0.1 times zero point 0.1? Of course, it's 0.01, meaning I can write it 0.010, and you will see why I wrote it like that. And then if I multiply 0.11 times 0.11, I get 0.0121, and then I'm going to add a zero. Do you see the symmetry now? So if you use only single one, it goes from 0 to 1 and then back to 0. If you use double ones, two ones, it goes from 0 to 2 and then back to 0. And sure enough, if you do 0.111 times 0.111, yeah, you have guessed it. It goes from 0 to 1 to 2 to 3 because I have three ones and then back to 1. And sure enough, we can add 0 at the end. And you say, so what does that have to do with 81, right? What's 1 over 9? It's 0.1 till infinity, right? So if I'm using two ones, it goes to 2, from 0 to 2, then back to 0. Three ones goes from 0 to 3, then back to 0. 10 ones, it will, or 9 ones. It goes from 0 to 9 and then back to 0. So if I have infinite ones, it should go from 0 to infinity and back to 0, right? Not quite, but theoretically it does, right? I used infinite ones, so it goes to infinity and back to 0. The problem is when you say 1 over 9 times 1 over 9, which is 1 over 81, that's the 81 that we flipped over, you get 0.01234567. Theoretically, 8, 9, and then you should get here in this slot 10, and then 11, and then 12, and then 13. Let's stop here, but we know that it goes forever. This 13 cannot be written as 13, right? Because it's only one place. So you write the 3, and notice that the next one is 14. So the one of it will, like, you will carry it over to make the 13 14. So that would be 14. You can only write the 1, and the 1 will be carried over, making the 12, 13. So you write 3, and then the 1 will make the 11, 12, and then the 1 would make the 10, 11, and then the 1 would make the 9, 10, and then the 1 would make the 8, 9. And that's why you will never see the 8. The carry over, meaning all the numbers from 0 to 7 plus the 9, they didn't like what the 8 was doing, so they decided between them to side with me and get rid of the 8. How do you like that? Thanks for your time, and we'll get a more serious session next time. Have a nice day. Bye.